On Rockers Island Radio, King of Soca's in the building, Mr. Machel Montano. The phone lines are going crazy, of course, but I just got to get everything that I know you guys are asking and been asking me to ask him fully out there. So, of course, you touched on it. People were saying that Machel Montano and the people in my B-Mobile are try sabotage Carnival and them no one, this and that and that.
Let's deal with that.
Now, my look on this was, I wanted to know if it was a group of promoters that were putting this out there going, we're going to... Machel draws tickets. If we don't get Machel on our shows, we're not going to get the ticket sales that we got last year. We need to count. Okay, so it wasn't a bunch of promoters coming together going, we're going to put this out there that Machel and me, Bomal, or whoever else is trying to sabotage Carnival by putting Beyonce the week after with Machel exclusively.
I think in general it was fair. You know, it was no group of promoters, it was no special interest people, it was fair. You know, every time change is about to come, fear will come. You know, when Obama was coming, people started saying he was from Iraq and he was from this place and he was a Muslim, and you know, fear led people to say things that they thought, you know, because in their mind this change shouldn't be. We should stay doing the same thing. We should stay having the same people run the country. We should stay trying the same things. But you look at change, and when you look at change is the one thing that you can't stop from happening. It will always happen. So if you are the kind of individual who believe in the productivity and the evolution of this world, you know, you have to believe in change, and you have to accept some change, and you have to be able to deal with some of it. For me, Carnival was already done. You know, I have been doing Carnival all my life, and for one time I wanted to take one time to try to do something different, to work with new people, to work with people who had knowledge of different beats, to work with people who will sit with me and actually want to work with me because they know my track record and say, Machel, look, maybe you should do this and do this to make your music come further. This has always been my quest, you know, to make my music come further, and I'm proud to say that I've done that. So for me, I had to stay away. You know, doing a Carnival for Machel Montano is not just taking people's money and doing shows. I bring something to the table. If it be Toro Toro, it's always a concept. The marching band, the ecstatic circus, you know, Cirque du Soleil style shows. You know, it was always some sort of major concept.
And I think it connects with a wide variety of people, because honestly, I have a friend, a very white friend. She's very white.
Not just race too, but old.
I'm talking about, like, she's like from like Oklahoma. Like her name is Becky, of course. And
Becky,
for Becky to be singing "Look Bubble Nut Dragon,"
and why? And you know, this is something that I don't even, you know, sweat myself. I try to understand to myself, how does Machel Montano music ring true to these weird people, old people, 2-year-olds. Sometimes parents will say, yo, my kid wouldn't sleep unless they listen to your music. But I look at this as a blessing, you know, because I've been involved in music from a young age. I'm not the kind of person who wants to be famous or who wants to be a star, but became, you know, propelled into it and had to hold the responsibility. I believe my talent is, you know, doing something the best, and when I do it the best and I put in that kind of energy, you know, it's like an elephant man energy, God energy, people see that commitment, and when they see that commitment, it rings true to their life, it rings true to them, to what they believe in, and somehow it touch their spirit, it touch their soul. So the concepts we come with touch people's lives. For this reason, I've been able to sell CDs, I've been able to sell out concerts, I've been able to have a fan base that loyally follows me. And I think, you know, at Carnival time, they had to understand that what I was doing was investing in actually bringing that for real. I wouldn't want to come and do a halfway.
And I hope that everybody out there that is saying to themselves, you know what, I didn't see Machel Montano for 2010 and I feel gypped, or I hope they can look at this interview, hear this interview and say, you know what, trust me, 2011 is going to be so much greater. The entire year of 2010 is going to be awesome, and you guys are going to get your money's worth.
Not even 2011, but the future.
The
future
the
of
long
term. The long term, the young people coming up, the K-Slees and the new soca artists coming up, they're going to benefit from this.
All that work you put in. Let's get to another one of those songs that you want to debut right here, in case they haven't heard, because you didn't stop putting out songs. So yeah,
I mean, never stop. You know, I gotta big up and represent my boy Lil Jon, Flow on Fire. Of course, this is Pitbull again. Machel, Lil Jon, rip it up.
Let's go.